Okay, everybody. Thanks for your time. Thanks for coming out at 7 o'clock tonight. We're gonna go ahead and start this meeting. This is Oasis Foods meeting. I'm going to show you just starting off an update right here. This is the LLC that was formed last week for Oasis Fresh Foods at the state. So we official as of last week, as of 5/11/2017, the official LLC formed by Ifama Co-op. So it's a partnership between Ifama Co-op and shareholders who are present now. And so the other part of it is, I'm gonna go right into it. Got the bank account going. I'm gonna show you that too. And what we have in the account right now, we actually hit our mark of 20 shares, 21 now. And so I want you all to see the bank account. I think that'd be cool. So this is it right here. Let me know if you can't see stuff, but this is the bank account. I'm about to go to it if I can get over past this. There we go. Got to log back in. So we have Landmark Credit Union, which is a co-op in itself. And we established that Monday. I think I'll log this in right now. Nope, of course not. Okay, shit, they want me to verify. Ain't this something? So I guess, it's secure, so we don't have to worry about that. They emailed me the security for it. So we will get to that. Let's see. So we're gonna go to that right quick. And then what's I gotta do? I gotta drag this thing down. Okay, right here. So I'll show you that right quick where we at. Bam. We inside of it. You'll see that's already there. What we got going, what we can draw from right now to execute the business. So you see that. Okay. So what we got to do is talk about a few things that has to take place. But before then, I'm just going to get into the shareholding because I think that's an important concept to understand. I don't think I explained it good enough, even though people trust me and somewhat understood how it works in reference to your shares. So I'm going to give you, I have an accountant, one of my good people too, that's an accountant for Harley. So the person that we're working with right now on our accounting is an accountant for Harley. Her name is Marcia McKinney. So she's real solid and she's going to do reports for us every month. So everybody can see what's coming in and out, of the bank account and the business, which would be good. And so I'm gonna show y'all what she sent, which is I've been trying to find the formula for this, and it's really good. And it's gonna save us. It's gonna be simplified, so it won't be us having to get these digital wallets as well. So everybody's gonna have their own account. So if you look at it, this is a mock-up. So this is like, for instance, if we sold 70 shares, which we talked about selling, it'll be $42,000. But right now we got 21 shares. And so at the end of the year, we should have had raised $12,600. And this count is going to continue because we have a few other people that are coming on as well to buy shares. So as of now, the most we're going to sell from our side is 70 shares, so that's a value of $42,000. And you see the share price right here. And then this is mock-up. Her name Marcia, this is me. So if I had 15 shares, that's how much my value would be. And this is also the 21% is what I will own of the investment. So it goes down. Paul Johnson, he has 5 shares, he's 7%. But we all get one vote. So if we voted tonight, it's all one vote, no matter how many shares somebody has. And so these other numbers I want y'all to understand is it's gonna be up to the body. I think I gotta juice this. Okay, so it's up to the body, and the payout is this is an arbitrary number, but the payout is $8,500, which is equivalent to 14 shares in some respects. And so we could decide to either reinvest the 14 shares. So say we made $8,500 for the year. The $8,500 get divided amongst all those that are shareholders based on your shares that you own. So the $8,500, for instance, with myself, if I had 21% share wise, that $8,500 payout, I would get 25%, 21%, I'm sorry, of the $8,500. This person, Paul Johnson, he has 5 shares, he would get 7% of the $8,500. That's how that will work on a payout. Now, if we voted to reinvest the shares, which would be 14 shares, the $8,500 is equivalent to 14 shares. So what we would do is everybody would get their share according to how much, what their percent of the business is. So if we reinvested $8,500, it would be 4 shares here and 3 shares here. If it's only 14 shares, it would be split like this in this area. So y'all get that? The 14 shares, instead of us getting $8,500 in cash, we would get 14 shares split amongst the whole group based on how many shares you bought initially. So that's how 14 would equate to. So when we move forward, next time we meet, I'm going to show y'all the capital account with your actual. I'm going to send it to you as well, your actual individual account of how that works. And so you see these tabs, shareholder one, which is probably me. This is how my capital account will look. This is the inside tab. So I got 15 shares. It's telling me what my value is. And then the second person, Marcia, and so on and so forth. You see everybody's shares. So we got about, I think, 15 people. So it's going to be 15 different individual accounts. So you all have your own individual account that you can always, of course, it won't change, but you can compare it. And it's also a record saying, look, this is my, and you also got the operating agreement as well. And those who didn't sign the operating agreement and send it to me, I got to make sure you get that so that you have, another record that you are a shareholder, because it's going to be a master list that we keep for the LLC that shows each individual shareholder name on it. So y'all going to get, everybody will get a copy of who all the shareholders are. You might not know what their percent is, but you can pretty much figure it out. You know what I'm saying? If you got 7%, somebody else got a higher percent, that ain't important because in the end, the co-op is about meeting our needs. So are there any questions on this? Because I will move forward if it's not, but this is going to be on video as well. But if you got some immediate questions, we can answer them now. Okay, cool. So we went through a few things. So we're getting closer. So what the plan is right now is going into Friday. I'm going to go to, and we got a brother who's going to come along and actually help us build the floor out, because we only got simple things to do right now. And one of them is getting the floor right. Because Eric, you seen it, the floor, we got to redo the floor. The guy who had it before us, he had rugs down on top of that floor, but we're going to go ahead and just redo the floor. So I want to just get, if you could text it, or if you can even say it right now, what color would y'all like the floor to be? Because we'll pick any color. It could be wood, it could be, I suggested like a green tile, but it could be any color tile y'all want. Me and Eric, we don't care about how it look. We just want to operate. But, the sisters, if y'all want to come in, and we're looking at keeping the walls as they are. They look pretty good according to the carpenter. He liked everything. He's just like, he probably just buy some more cream paint, but the floor can be any color y'all want it to be. So does anybody have suggestions, or if you want to think about it before Friday, you can also just come into the group, say, hey, this is the color I would like the floor to be. So we getting into those areas. We're not going to be tick-tacky about voting on everything, but, this is just some exercise. And, all those in favor say, yay, and the no's, and you go from there. So I just want to ask you all to think about that. And then also what's going on is we have to buy supplies. So I found some really good prices that won't cost us no more than $100 for instance, T-shirt bags. So this is how a T-shirt bag will look. For 1,000 of them, it's only $7. You can't really beat that. So when people come in to buy produce, they can actually get their stuff in this bag here, or we can get clear bags as well, which, wouldn't be a problem. But if somebody came in and bought greens, for instance, Um, that's pretty much what we'll be putting the bag. They'll be getting this bag, but then also we had to buy one of these. It's called a tea bag rack. You see these in the stores, and this rack right here is where you put the bags on. And people come and rip the bag off, and they go look into the refrigerators or whatever we have displayed and decide what they want to get from there. And then some of the more simpler things. This is important. I think this is a nice pickup. You get 200 of these cases that can be used for when we outside. If we're doing farmers markets, you had this type of presentation for certain vegetables and fruit as well. And also in the refrigerators, when people go to shop, they can stuff will be a decent, nice presentation when they go in the refrigerator. It's not just laying out. A lot of stuff we don't have to do like that, especially if it's perishable type items. So these are the type of things we got to get, going into the opening, the grand opening. And then these, we got these these twisty ties. And so I want to go into, if there's no questions, I want to go into, or comments, I want to go into this income statement that I have for strictly outside sales, which is it's going to be its majority outside sales. And so y'all can see how if we really that the support that you've given so far as owners for the street team, led by Brother Duncan, for the street team to really make some six-figure type money. If we did this every day of what we did just on a Saturday, we could really make some nice revenue just with one revenue stream. It'd be pretty good. I think you would be convinced when you see these numbers, because it's amazing, and these are like conservative numbers. So if there's no questions, I go into that, and then we're not gonna hold you long and keep it moving. So any questions, please let me know. Okay. So this is next. We're going into, gotta show y'all this sheet. It better be up because I put some time into this thing. Where this is at? Is it here? Just gotta get out of my way. Okay, there we go. So I gotta find a way to minimize everything. Okay, so can y'all still see this? Let me know if y'all still can see the screen, because if you can't, somebody at least let me know. Because if you can't see the screen, I gotta unminimize this. But I want y'all to see. Anybody text me or take your mic off and tell me if you can see the screen. I guess nobody's saying it. They must can't see the screen. Let me see. Show the thumbnail video. Hey, Eric, can you see the screen when I minimize that?
I can see it.
Y'all can see it when I minimize it too?
Yep.
Okay. So I want y'all to, so I'm gonna go through the numbers for outdoor deliveries, outdoor sales. And we are starting the month of June, which is, we actually gonna do a test run next Saturday and just give people, but this is for about 4 people. We're looking at 2 adults at about $50 a day. And the work schedule is about from 7 to maybe 2 at the most. It depends on how much is sold, but 2 o'clock we should be done. And from 7 in the morning, the sale of the bags is $3 each. So you can see this, the bags cost $3. They get 4 fruits. Everything is fresh for $3. And for a month in June, we're looking at, for 6 days a week, it's $9,600 actually can be made. We're looking at, if I'm correct, we only gonna be investing $200 a day from the co-op. So we'll be financing $200. It'd be like $1,200 a week, right? And so that's gonna generate double the money. That's what it is. So that'd be $600 a day made, but it'll be 400 actually. Yep, $400 a day net. And so you multiply it times 6, that's 2,400. And then that's the 2,400 times 4 is the 9,600. So that's how you get 9,600. $400 a day made off of $200 and then also paying your staff. So if you go down here, you can see by the end of the year, it's going, September might be the last month we can really do outdoors. And this is just, like I said, one revenue stream out of many things going on. But the cost of the goods, you got to subtract that, of course. And so you'll see in a month, the net would be $3,400 made gross revenue off of what we invested. So the cost of the goods is about $7,200 a month, and you'll be making $9,600 a month in the month of June. So it'd be $3,400, right? And so for the year, the gross revenue could equate to $112,000. And you know what's so crazy, and I got to put it out there, but Brother Duncan gonna co-sign it. The Nation of Islam at one time was doing this, and they just stopped doing it. They just got lazy and just like, hey, they just stopped grinding. But all these years we was watching them, they was really getting it in. And so the spot is really Sherman and Capital. We established that last year. So right now, some people see Duncan out there selling just bean pies and papers and also sometimes fruit. But on a Saturday, these numbers are conservative because on a Saturday, it's probably going to be more made because we were going from like only 8 to 11 was easily, selling hundreds of bags. And it was just 4 people. And so that's what we're looking at doing and expanding it as we increase. But we're going to do a test run on it because we haven't done it every day, but it's an everyday demand in the morning. There's people going to work and they always are looking for some fresh fruit. And so if people want to go, that's just a good way of doing it. And you get more confidence too as a salesperson because you got a location. You just ain't out here on the street. So we won't have any problem selling, the bags. And that's what we're looking at doing. And then towards the evening, people really not looking for the fruit. So that's why we going to stop it probably in the afternoon. But for the most part, this is a conservative number. And then if you look down at the operating expense, the salaries or whatnot and what we paying, it'd be $3,800 for the month. And that would be $41,000 in salaries that we'd be paying out. But we're going to be gross revenue going to be $112. And you look at some of the other bills, I even put like, for instance, the rent and some of the expenses. And this is even, matter of fact, this $3,100 mark shouldn't be there because the rent and utilities, I put that together. And so these numbers right here you can take those out and it'd be even more money. So the total cost of operating expenses and the net income ends up being $57,000. So do y'all get how this works out? The salaries and wages, and then you add everything else, the office expenses comes out to 55, but we going to end up netting 57. And it's only right now, at the end of the year, it'd be a $12,000 investment. But most people who put up their money early have allowed us to actually, and including the co-op as well, is paying a lot of out of pocket costs in reference to keeping this maintained. So I just want y'all to see how profitable it could be for one, if we really grind it out like I know we can, for just one out of many things that we talking about doing. And so that's that. But you could also, if you have questions or comments, please share them now. And then I'm going to go back to seeing the screen. Dang, it's only let's see. Okay, there we go. So any comments, questions? Man, y'all gotta have something to say. Come on. No, it's quiet. Okay, well, that's not a bad thing. So the last thing for the last topic I want to touch on is what's coming up soon. So what's going on is we're looking at doing the floors. So I would like to know that for Saturday, we're going to go and get the supplies Friday. It shouldn't cost us no more than a few $100, $200 to get the floor tile and then also some paint. It's just a blessing. That's all we really got to do. The electricity already on, but we got, switch the electricity from the owner name to, our name. We might put in the radio station's name because when you go commercial with We Energies, man, they want deposits now, and we've already done that with the radio station, so we might just extend it from that perspective. But we're gonna have a lot of volunteers come through on Saturday, so if any of y'all want to come through, put your muscle to work, but also come in and just be a part of it because you one of the owners. Just come, your presence is good. We're gonna have 10 volunteers helping with our farming that's going on in Brown Deer. We're gonna plant some more food so that we can bring more to the table, ramp our production up some, and then also we build some irrigation systems. So we got 10 volunteers coming on Saturday, and then we got some people coming to volunteer at the store as well to help put that floor together. So that's the biggest task, is the floor. Thank God. But let me tell y'all, before I do forget, is that we our rent was $325, and we were going to take the back unit, which was like a warehouse that could be retail as well. And we were blessed actually to go with the original plan, which is $600 a month, and the hair store is moving to Brown Deer Road, where is greater demand. So that allows us to have a storefront, and IFAMA is going to take care of the facades, paying for the facades and stuff. So we're going to have facades for Oasis Foods in the front, so it's going to even make us more legit than we would have been if we was in the back warehouse. So we can still use the back warehouse for future reference for some processing and some things of that nature. So what's some storage? So that's something that we have to look into possibly ramping up to if we wanted to. But for now, we're going to just use it and see if we, I'm sure we're going to need it. But for now, we're going to use it. And if we're making the money that I'm seeing on our projections, we should be pretty straight. So I wanted y'all to know that. And then Monday, we are having a dinner. I'm calling it a dinner, a lunch with, it's close to 40 restaurants, but I can't see 40 coming, but there's a 40 member Black Restaurant Association that we've been putting flyers out. Some of the people on Brother Eric and Sister Carolyn have gone out, and then also my partner Ray has gone out, and we're looking at some of our wholesale fish that we can get from Houston, farm-raised fish that we can get from Houston, catfish in particular, and shrimp from the Gulf down there, to sell wholesale to the restaurants, and then we get a revenue stream even going from that, from all those sales. We're gonna mark our price up, but we getting some real low prices on fish in particular. So catfish and shrimp, at least if we can get some restaurants to go in and buy their fish from some American and some Africans, what I'm saying? And the farm is not African, but we are. The farm is some Asians, but they even saying like, man, the fish coming from China, all these Black restaurants buying this fish from China, and it's it's that swine, it's not even real catfish. And so I don't want to embarrass these restaurants, but we're gonna really talk to them about buying products. And Will Allen as well, he gave some samples that he's gonna be one of our biggest suppliers of things that we are not growing. And so he grows at a very much greater rate than we do. But he gave some spinach, he gave some a spring salad that he makes that's really fantastic, and then also some greens. So Sister Carolyn, who's a chef, her and her husband, they're gonna cook for Monday, and we're gonna have a discussion with the owners. And so I talked to a few of them already. One that's on the same block of Oasis, and he gave some interesting comments about, is the fish gonna be filleted, because his customers want a fillet taste. So I don't know what a fillet taste is, but he wants to do some business though. He was interested in doing some business for sure. And so then I talked to Big Easy, because Big Easy, they sell a lot of shrimp and a lot of fish. And so they're looking at cutting their costs down too. So I got those two interested just from my own perspective. And so there's some other feedback from other people who pass flyers out and talk to the businesses. But it's going to be Monday at the Women's Center on the 22nd. It's going to be at the Women's Center on 30th and Valete at 12 o'clock. And so it should be good. And I think Sister Carolyn is going to make some banana pudding as well. So we're going to do our part. And I believe that we should be able to get a few customers to buy, things from the store, and then also to buy some fish as well. So that's that. I'm not going to belabor it any longer, but I'm pretty excited about the potential that we really hold with what we're doing. And so if there's any questions or comments, this is the time to do it, or else we're going to end this tape and then I'll just replay it later on for those who didn't get to see it.
Man, it all sounds good.
Okay, yes. Well, they said we're going to end in 10 minutes anyway. So that's cool. We ain't going to get knocked off like the last tape. Yep. So, okay, that's good, everybody. And again, you can always get at me, inbox, and then my number. I had somebody, I don't know who was on that inbox. That's why I'm glad we limited it to the people that's really owners now, because somebody did come on my text message on some real nonsense, just talking crazy about what we're doing. And, we got to be on the right page, because it got to be somebody that's a troll to make us what we are. So I told him, good looking. I did go in on him, though, let him know that I'd go whoop him if he ever said any of that in my face. But, of course, he didn't want none of that type of drama. But just somebody just on the inbox say they want to be an owner, but then they really just was trying to troll us and see what we own. And, we're going to get that.
Wow.
But we moving so fast forward that, our momentum is real good. The city, another thing, too, is we do have our permit. And I don't even know if you can see the screen, but we do have our occupancy permit, so we good to go. And I was saying that on the inbox too. So nothing's stopping us, but really us. All we gotta do is go get the produce from our wholesaler, and we good to go. So I'm really excited that everything's moving real smooth, and no real hiccups. And of course, if we have them, we got to expect some, but everything is what I thought it would be from the beginning. And so I really appreciate everybody, excitement. And I see you on here, Sister Andrea, you just came in, but I definitely got to get with you on some of the products you want to do for the store. It's that time, we really about to start ordering all the supplies we need for the store. And so we should be pretty straight and ready to go. So if there's nothing else, I think I covered pretty much everything that's going on and gave updates. So I'll replay this tape sometime tonight, if not early tomorrow, but I did say tonight, so I'll play it later on after I stop taping it. So I'm signing off if y'all don't have nothing y'all want to say.
Thumbs up.
You said thumbs up?
Good.
Okay, good.
Sir.
Okay, appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Yep, you have a blessed night, and I'll replay this later on, and we're going to sign off.
Peace.
All right, bless up. Oh, there y'all go. Okay, there y'all go. Okay. I was wondering, I couldn't see nobody, but you're the only one, bro. You don't got no sandwiches, man?
Not tonight.
I see the chat coming up. I see Tish. Okay, Tish, yeah, I see you definitely. Okay. Oh, okay. I see the comments now. I can see it. Okay, agreed. Thank you. Okay, bless up, y'all.
All right, bless.
Stop the record.